little spooks.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Lexi. Welcome to the Guarded by Demons podcast, where we discuss all things horror.
So it's January, and that means a new month of new movies and topics. And today we are discussing the Sci-Fi Channel original series, Paranormal Witness.
Yeah. This is one of the first things I ever said we should talk about on the podcast, but we started talking about doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, we have to do Paranormal Witness. It was so scary.
Yeah, the thing is, like, we couldn't find where to watch it exactly, and then we couldn't find where it would tie in.
Yeah.
And technically, this doesn't really tie in, but, I mean, this month was just, like, a new year.
Yeah, so we're just discussing whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fine. It'll, like, I think January should just, from here on out, just be a miscellaneous month. Honestly.
I mean, January is because it's just a new year. We're just gonna be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We'll do one New Year fucking movie and then just whatever the rest of the month.
Yeah.
Which I'm down for.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. So, how did you feel watching this show again?
I felt weird.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So when this show came out, I was a freshman in high school.
Ooh, yuck.
I was a freshman in high school, and I didn't really have cable.
Yeah.
Like, we would have cable on and off, but the times we did have it, that was when I would watch it.
Yeah.
And it would usually be, like, around night when it would come on, or, like, on the weekends during the afternoon.
Yeah. I remember it would come on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And it would come on at, like, 10 o'clock at night.
I knew they would have, like, reruns, though, on the weekends.
Yeah, like marathons.
Yeah, so, like, if I missed it during the week, it would be on during the weekend.
Yeah. So good.
Which, honestly, I would miss it because I had, like, theater rehearsals during the week.
Theater kids, woo! Yeah, I was 11 when this came out for the first time. And it made quite a first impression on me. The very first episode had me running out of my room crying.
Rewatching this, that is not a surprise.
Yeah, the very first episode, and we'll get into it more, but the very first episode is quite a good first impression for the show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is with, like, this show, it's like, if you watch it back to back, a lot of it does blur together.
Yeah, that's what we did. We haven't even finished it, honestly.
No, we stopped, like,
halfway through season 3.
Not even halfway through season 3.
No.
Because season 3 has, like, 20 episodes. We only watched, like, the first 2, 3.
Was it only? I thought we watched,
Or did we watch, like, 4, maybe?
I think we watched 4. Because we stopped on season 2 finale last night.
Yeah.
Or, like, stopped halfway through the first episode of
I think it was, like, 4.
Maybe. I don't remember. We'll look at it again.
We'll look at it right now. I have it, like, on the app right
now.
Oh,
okay. So. Yeah, we watched it on Peacock.
Yeah. So we should mention that we found out where to watch it.
Yeah, we found it on Peacock, and we got you got in touch with one of your cousins, right?
Yeah, because if there's anything with me and my cousins, we share our, like, streaming services, and one of us doesn't have it, and we really want to watch something. So I, like, asked my cousin group chat, like, hey, do you guys have Peacock? So we can watch, like, Paranormal Witness. Because, like, I have it, but I have the free version. I don't pay for it.
Yeah.
And, you have to have, like, a subscription to Peacock if you want to watch it.
Yeah, if you wanted to watch this on Amazon, it was, like, $2 an episode, and we were like, we're not going to do that.
No.
But, we should probably explain what the show is, because Paranormal Witness probably somewhat gives it away, but if you don't know, it's basically like The Haunted, except better.
No, okay, The Haunted, yes.
Yes. It's like, okay, so what Paranormal Witness is a bunch of people, obviously new family each episode, is getting interviewed, and they are recounting their experiences with the paranormal, whether it be ghosts, angels, demons, UFOs, Bigfoot. One episode was about Bigfoot. And there's dramatic reenactments.
Yeah.
And these dramatic reenactments are what are really notable with this show, because they are uniquely terrifying compared to previous shows like this.
Like, I will say, for 2011, the effects and stuff for this show was really, really good.
Yeah, it definitely aged a little bit, but still really good.
Yeah.
That first episode, dude, we'll get to it again, but like that first episode, that effect held up really well, and I didn't like how well it held up. I was hoping to God that one didn't hold up, but it did.
Oh well,
it's fine. It was really good though. But it was
really good.
Yeah, this is a theme where like now the ones that really scared me are probably my favorite ones, but there's also ones that are just really intriguing. And a lot of these, and there's one we'll talk about in particular where it's like 3 separate groups of people, like, who don't know anything about each other, have corroboration for, like, a certain thing that happened on a stretch of road.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a sad case, but it's really good. I love it. It's so good. So, shall we get into it?
Yeah.
Alright, so I did say that this started in 2011 and ended in 2016 with 5 seasons, and there was a lot of debate for a while, talking about, is there going to be a 6th season? And like 2 years after, I think it was, maybe a year or two, so 2017, 2018, Sci-Fi finally decided to announce that this is not going to get a renewal, and season 5 would be the last season. However, it did move over to the Travel Channel and went under the new name Paranormal Witness True Terror, and it irritated viewers, including people like me, who really liked the show a lot because we saw that because they added True Terror. We were like, oh my god, new episodes, because we love this show. It's really scary. No, it's just reruns under a new name. And it bugs me.
Lame.
I'm like, yeah, it's lame. And just like The Haunted, I couldn't find any behind the scenes stuff for this. So I couldn't do anything with that. But the series first premiered on September 7th, 2011, and it lasted until October 26th, 2016.
Nice.
It was a good run. It was a really, really good run. And with that out of the way, I do want to go into our favorite and least favorite episodes. I know it's quick, but like I'm excited. So I do want to start with you, honestly, because I didn't really ask you while we were watching. What were your your favorite episodes that we watched together?
I think most of the episodes are really, really good. The first season, I think it was the first episode that I really liked.
Yeah. I think this is something we can agree on.
Yeah.
And for context, a lot of these episodes have 2 different stories in each episode. Not every episode, because some of them take up more time than the others, but the very first episode of the first season is 2 different stories. Which one of those 2 stories was your favorite?
Sorry, I have it on Peacock because I wanted to name that episode.
It's okay. I think the very first episode...
I think the first one, it was the second story, the Lost Girl.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one that... Ooh. So basically, do you want to explain it, or should I?
You can.
Okay. Because I have to agree with you, this is one of my favorite episodes. Although the one that came before it, The Imaginary Friend, was also really good. But this one was a whole different, just... viscerally upsetting to look at. You know what I mean? But basically, it's this mom, her daughter, who I believe was 16 years old at the time, and they had an exchange student from Pakistan, and I should have noted his name, I totally forgot what it was, had all gone to church, and the daughter didn't want to go into the church, so she sat out in the car waiting for them to come out. And after an hour, the mom and the exchange student come out, and they start to head home. And it's basically like a straight line from the church to their house. And on the way there, the daughter, she's sitting passenger seat, mom's driving, and their exchange student is sitting in the back seat. And the daughter sees on her mom's side what seems to be a little girl playing on the side of the road. And she's like, Mom, there was a girl playing, or a girl over there. Or she said she saw a little girl, whatever. And so they turn around because, it's basically not in the middle of the woods, but it's kind of like where we live right now, where it's not empty, but it's kind of not exactly largely populated,
Yeah.
And they turn around, the girl's gone. And the mom is not liking that they're out so late because the sun is starting to set and she doesn't like driving at night. And then the daughter sees the girl again some miles down the road, and they're literally like, there's no way she should be able to be there. And they drive past her. And this third and final time, it comes in threes. Of course it comes in threes. Another couple miles down the road, they see the girl again, and she's sitting under what seems to be, I think, a telephone pole. And she's like, and they realize it's a teenager and not a little girl.
Yeah.
But she's sitting in a fetal position with her head in between her knees, and she's rocking back and forth like she's upset. She's crying. And the daughter just has this feeling in the pit of her stomach that's like, something is not right, and she starts freaking out. She unbuckles her seatbelt and gets down in the floorboards of the passenger seat and hides while her mom reaches over, her mom had told her to roll down the window. She was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And she gets into the floorboards, which is something I would probably do, to be honest. And the mom reaches over and, starts rolling down the window. And it's one of those manual rolling down. So, the dread of the squeak from the window being rolled down was, really, making her daughter kind of freak out. And the mom rolls the window down, and she leans over and she asks the girl, hey, the girl sitting on the side of the road, hey, are you okay? Do you need some help? Should we call somebody? The girl looks up, and she has a hollowed out face. Oh my god. It's so fucking scary. And that's the part where it made me run out of my room crying.
She has no face, man.
She has no face. And it's not like Slender Man's smooth over face. It's literally hollowed out. And me and you, because the next day the daughter finds out that one of her classmates had died right there the night before.
Yeah.
And me and you theorized that maybe it had something to do with her face, with why it was all missing.
Yeah, because they said that she died in a car crash or something.
Yeah,
like that.
She died in a car crash.
So what I said is probably because sometimes spirits, when they make themselves known, if something happened to them before they died, or caused their death, it usually appears as they are in the spirit world. Yeah. So if she had no face, then I would assume that she had damage to her face.
Yeah. You want to be covered up by the blanket. Yeah, when you say that, it reminds me of an episode in season 2. That's the second episode to another one. It's also really good. It's not my favorite, but it is really good. The Good Skeleton, where that little girl, Asia, was seeing a man named Nick, and he was always working on his motorcycle. Yeah. And he was mangled, basically, because he died in a motorcycle accident. He rear-ended a tractor trailer. Yeah. And he got horribly mangled and died on impact.
To be fair, also, that just reminded me of Pet Sematary.
Oh, God. Yeah, that one was a really, really good one. I think we should go back and forth. I want to talk about my favorite one after this one. And that is episode 2 of season 1, which is The Haunted Highway. So basically, and you can actually look this up. It's an actual thing. Obviously, these are all events that actually happen to people. But there was this woman, her name was Christine Skubish. And her and her son Nikki, and another Nick, who Nikki was about 4 years old when this all happened, so he doesn't hardly have any recollection of this. He does have some, and we'll get into it when we get to it.
But it's not a lot.
It's not a lot, obviously, because it's a young boy. He doesn't hardly remember this. But they leave their Christine's parents' house because she's gonna go up to California to start a new job, and she's really excited about it. And it's a long drive from there. I think they even said how far away it was. It's a few hundred miles, I think they said. And they went up, Bullion Bend and everything up this mountain. And they get a call, the parents get a call from her roommate a few days later being like, hey, where's Christine? She was supposed to be here on Monday. And they got this call Wednesday morning. And so there's like a whole thing where they call the police, and there's a whole search and everything like that. Their family gets involved and everything. We cut to a different woman who, I wish I had remembered her name. In my defense, like you said, all of these episodes kind of blur together, so names are going to blur together, But this woman, she wakes up at like 2 a.m, and I think they said it's around the holidays, and they're visiting family. And she wakes up at like 2 a.m, and she tells her husband, I have a bad feeling, we have to go home, I want to go home right now. So they go up Bullion Bend again, the same area that Christine traveled. And as they're driving, there is the woman, she's sitting passenger seat, her husband is driving. There is a woman laying on the side of the road, completely naked and seemingly dead. And the woman, obviously, the passenger, she freaks out because she's like, oh my god, there was a woman on the side of the road. I think she might need help. And the husband's like, do you want me to turn around? And she's like, no, because it might be a trap. This kind of thing does happen with like trafficking and just kidnapping in general.
Yeah. So
they find the nearest payphone and they call the police. They come out and they search, and they're like, there's no woman here. Like she's not there at all. There's no trace and nothing of the sort. I'm getting out of breath talking about this. I'm so sorry. And then there is one of Christine's aunts who, after Christine's been missing for a few days, calls Christine's dad and is really freaking out because she had a dream of like seeing Nikki. Christine isn't there, and the number 16 keeps popping up. And they didn't know what the number 16 meant at the time. And to cut it short, because it's way too into it, and you guys should watch this episode because it's really good. It's really sad. All these kind of connect by the fact that they all see this woman, or at least the woman who sees the person on the side of the road, realizes at the end of all of this is that, oh my god, that this was Christine. So what had happened was, after questioning like a guy at a gas station, being like, oh, have you seen these two? They were supposed to be going to California, and he was like, oh yeah, I saw them a few days ago. And he noted that she was really tired, but wanted to continue with the drive. She'd bought some energy drinks. And so at the end of it all, the cops, I think it was a police officer, he was wanting to go and look around where the woman who had seen the naked woman on the side of the road, he wanted to look around and see if there was something there they missed, because it's the same stretch of road that they knew Christine had gone up. And he finds a child's shoe. And it's a steep hill. So he goes down the hill, and he finds Christine's car with the roof of the car peeled back.
Yeah.
And Christine is dead in the front seat, and Nikki is unconscious in the backseat.
Presumed dead, though.
Presumed dead because he couldn't find a pulse. His eyes didn't react when he shined a light in them. And the only reason why he realized he was alive is because Nikki took a shallow breath.
Yeah.
And that was it. And this is so sad to me, dude. Like, ugh. And when they reported it on the news, the woman who had seen the naked, dead woman on the side of the road said, "Oh my God." Because they showed Christine's picture. She was like, "Oh my God, if you could imagine this woman's eyes closed, that was the woman I saw on the side of the road." But it was impossible because Christine died upon impact.
Yeah.
And they didn't say how she got into the car crash, but I can only assume it's because she fell asleep behind the wheel and ravined off down this steep hill. And they actually bring Nikki to the end of it. And he says he doesn't really remember much except the crash actually happening and hitting tree after tree after tree. And seeing his mom and thinking she's just asleep.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, oh my God, this poor guy. And he's clearly very affected by it because he's trying super hard not to cry this entire time. He's getting choked up. And he says that all he can remember was that there was these bright light, like, no explanation, like these bright lights surrounding the car and like protecting him, it seemed like to him. And that one, oh, it really hurt. It really hurt because it's a kid.
Yeah.
It's a little guy. But yeah, if you look this up, you can actually find newspapers and stuff about this girl, Christine. And I just felt really bad. That one was a lot. I almost cried, dude. Like I hadn't seen this show in years, and I forgot how sad that one was.
Yeah.
And of course, it wasn't as sad to me back then because I was 11 years old, and it didn't really.
You're not gonna comprehend most of this.
No, not gonna comprehend it. But like as an adult now, I'm just like this.
You're
is,
like, oh,
this is
that's
sad.
what it was.
This is really fucking sad. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite episodes as well. What about you? Got another one that really stuck out for you?
The one that I want to talk about is again season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's episode 5. It's the second. It's the second story.
Mm-hmm.
The Trumbull County UFO sightings.
That one was a really good one. The reason why we like this one a lot is because there's so much corroboration.
Yeah. So pretty much, I'm just gonna like read the summary that's on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
So a night of UFO sightings begins at Sampson Drive in Liberty, Ohio. Is documented on police radio recordings at Trumbull County 911 dispatch in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ohio.
it's like what, 3-4 different groups?
Yeah, there's like they had a bunch of people on this particular stretch of like on this particular area calling in and being like, there's weird lights in the air. Do you guys have anything out here that's like doing like just surveying the area? They called like
they called like one dispatch.
Yeah,
because the thing is, it's like everyone was saying that they were seeing this stuff, but no one believed them. No one believed them
because it was like a Saturday night and they were assuming that they were all partying and drunk. But
yeah.
why would a group of drunk people see the exact same thing especially if they don't know each other?
Yeah.
And then like I think they said that because eventually a bunch of cops come out there because different dispatches are getting like different units are getting. I think they said like 3 or 4 different units were getting calls about this because it was moving. So a bunch of people were seeing this shit.
Yeah.
And there was one guy in particular, and one of the cops was going down there, and he didn't have his sirens on or anything because he didn't think anything of it to go investigate.
But immediately when he went to the site, there was like multiple people going up to him.
Yeah, and one dude in particular, he was an older gentleman who was walking his dog, and described these lights. They were going really fast, but not making any noise. And the cop was like leaning in to see if he smelled any alcohol in his breath. There was none.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That one was really wicked. And another reason why I really like this episode too, and I think you have to agree, they have recordings.
Oh yeah.
From the phone calls and stuff And nobody is, like, initially really panicked. Nobody really panicked. They were like, yeah, there's just these really weird lights floating overhead. Do you guys, like, know anything about this or anything?
Yeah, pretty much. I I think the thing is, it's like, I am not very into, like, UFO type of stuff.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Like, I find it really, really boring.
But it can have a really nice, sweet spot, and I think this one hits it for both of us.
Yes, it does. Just because it's, like, it's so out there, and the fact that there's multiple people that can say that they saw it.
Yeah, there's corroboration, and just so many people. Like, I don't even remember how many people they said had called, because it was getting call after call after call. And so the lady also, who was taking the phone calls, she wanted to see what was going on. So the guy who we just mentioned before, who was, like, smelling this dude's breath to make sure he wasn't drunk, picks her up from the station, from the dispatch station, and they go to go see it. And they actually see the UFO.
Yeah.
And we have to note, too, that they called, like, the what the hell is it called? Where they control and take note of everything that's flying in the air. I don't remember. But they called them, and this dude's, like, 60 feet in the air, and he's like, I'm not seeing anything out here. Which was really strange, because multiple people could see it. And he is really high in the air, and he has a huge, like, view of the area. And it's nighttime. There's no way he wouldn't not see it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I feel like he was trying to cover it up, but maybe he just genuinely didn't see it. Because you can hear his voice on the phone call as well.
Yeah.
And of course, after these two experience it, they get a lot of backlash. Not backlash the way I'm describing it, like, they get teased a lot. And stuff back at the station.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, you guys realize we're, like, not the only... There's no way we live in such a huge universe. There's no way we're the only ones. I'm sorry. The universe is ever expanding. There's multiple galaxies and planets and stars and shit. There's no way we're the only ones.
Yeah.
So who's to say they saw something? And again, multiple people. Which is something that happens a lot with this show, is that people will corroborate. Yeah. And reinforce that, yes, I saw this. Yes, it's a thing. Which is why I really like the show a lot. Let me see. What else do I have? I think I have to say for my next favorite episode is... Which one came first? The cabin or... Was the cabin the third to last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that one first. So, and obviously, this one is kind of creepy. Not just because of the paranormal aspect of it, quote unquote, which I'm gonna give my thoughts on it because I don't really think it was paranormal. But, here's the thing. This family, a couple and their daughter Raven, and Raven's not really part of it, she's just there. Just to know that they have a little girl. This man, he works during the day and then has night class, so his wife is home alone 12 hours of the day. She starts, like, hearing and weird stuff outside of their house. And keep in mind, they live, like, in the woods. They live in the woods, so I'm like, this is gross already. But as she's washing the dishes one evening, she looks out the window and there's a pair of golden eyes staring back at her in the distance, and she assumes that, oh, it's probably, like, the shine from, like, a deer's eyes or a dog or something. And she moves on to a different, like, area of the house where there's another window. She sees the eyes again, but she's like, this is definitely not an animal because the eyes are, like, at the same level as mine. So, human size.
Yeah. Which
I'm not a fan of. And this goes on for a while, and this is a really simple episode. This is another episode that has a second one right after, that I don't remember which one though. But she tells her husband, and he believes her, but he's like, kind of the way husbands are in these shows. They're like, okay, whatever. Like, and she's called the cops before because she keeps seeing these eyes. And he's really just, like, fed up with it at some point. And don't worry, they're still together. It's okay. But it comes to a head when it's almost the holidays. And he wants to go get donuts for everybody. So he's getting ready to leave. The sun's not up yet. And he adjusts, like, he rubs his eyes. He gets ready to back up. He looks in the rear view mirror, bleh, and sees the eyes. And backs up, really, like, panicking, backs up. I think he'd back up into this thing. But he doesn't. And so he goes to look around. He calls his buddy. And they go look around with guns. And they note that there were footprints on the ground. And they had, like, claws at the end of it. Which is really strange to me. But I don't think it's what they think it is. And I'll get to it when we get to it. Because it is a stretch on their end. The thing had been on the roof, whatever it was, and jumped out 20 feet from the house. Which is really weird. I don't know what could have caused that. And they track these footprints, and obviously this guy is like an avid hunter, because the way he spoke was like, oh yeah, you gotta be careful in this kind of thing, and just like, if sometimes you'll end up following something like this, and it'll loop you around, and it ends up following you. While you're following it, it is following you. And I'm like, I don't like that, it's creepy. But the footprints lead to this shack out in the woods. And they knock on the door and everything, and they're not getting an answer. So they leave, and they're not just gonna come up there with guns on their person, just asking to see this dude. So they get picked up by his buddy's dad, and the dad asks, what's with the guns? Why do you have guns? And they tell him everything. And the dad's like, I think I know who lives up there. He's like, I think it's old man George who works, or not George, they don't even give his name here yet. He was like, I think it's that guy that works down at the tire shop. So a place to get your tires repaired. And a couple days later, I guess, they get a tire for the guy to fix. They take it to the shop, and they see this dude who comes out. He's got lanky arms. He's like 6'5". His name is George. They give away his name is George. And when he looks up at them, and it's an older gentleman too. I think he's got to be like in his 60s, 70s, if I had to guess. He looks up, and the husband, he notes that his eyes are a very vivid gold. Which I'm like, this is weird. And then eventually George dies, and they go to the shack just to see, what's going on there, or the cabin or whatever. I think it is called, it's called the cabin. So yeah, it's a cabin. They go out there, and they meet a cop there who just happens to be buddies with the husband as well. I guess it's a pretty small town, so it's a place where everybody knows everybody. And they go in, and they go to this, there's no food, there's no, like, possessions that I would find that anybody would really be living here. But they go to a back room that is made up of nothing but steel. And there are 2 10-15 foot long chains on the wall with scratches on the walls. And as I've grown up, I'm like, oh shit, this is like, I'll get into it. And the guy that they're interviewing on Paranormal Witness, the husband, he's like, we're all thinking, oh, werewolf. And I'm like, that's not what I was thinking. So what I think it actually is, because I don't think it's a werewolf. I do think that they were being watched by this creepy ass dude. But I don't think it was a werewolf. How he got up on the roof either, I don't know. I don't know if he kind of made that up to go with the story, or if something actually weird happened with that. But what I think it was is, I think this dude was kind of probably, I don't want to say serial killer, but like, that kind of feels like it.
Yeah.
So what I think he was is, I think he was scoping out their house and Probably because he knows that the girls are there alone. And I think he was probably looking to either kidnap the wife or the daughter or both, God forbid. And I think that shack is where he kept victims. And that's what all the claw marks on the walls were. Them trying to possibly get out or whatever. And I just don't think he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand
Doesn't seem like one, though.
No. I can understand where you think it's a werewolf because the claw marks in steel are pretty deep, but, like, if you're desperate enough, I feel like you're gonna be clawing at the wall. And they did note that he didn't really leave anything like, George didn't leave anything behind except for, like, a jar of silver coins and, like, something else that I don't fucking remember what it was. It definitely wasn't of note, clearly. But it's... I don't think this one in particular was paranormal, but it was really creepy. Because Peeping Tom is not fun for me.
Oh, fuck no, it's not.
No. I did like that one a lot. I don't think it's a werewolf.
I don't think so either, man.
Yeah. But, I mean...
That's like a far stretch, honestly.
That's a pretty big stretch. Like, a cabin in the middle of the woods that has a steel room with chains on the wall, and your mind jumps to werewolf. I'm like, my dude, I wish I had your thought process, but I watch too much true crime for that to be an option.
I mean, I guess because we live in the middle of the woods, but, like, come on.
Mm-hmm. And I understand if his wife had, and I took note of this mentally, if his wife had said something like it had a dog-like face or something like that, I could understand. But she just says eyes. She doesn't say anything about a face.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, no, this dude probably just kidnapped people and was like stalking your wife and your child, your like 4 or 5-year-old child. So I think that's what that was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a werewolf. Guys, I don't think werewolves are real. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you monster fuckers. I wish they were real too. But they're not. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Probably not, though.
That'd be cool, though. Big dog.
Big dog. Big scary dog.
Yeah.
What's your next favorite one?
I think my next favorite one is episode 8 from season 2, and it's the Fox Hollow Farm.
Yes! Oh my god. So
I am a sucker for true crime.
Dude, this was a real good one. I actually went off and listened to another podcast, True Crime Guys. Shout out to you guys. About the serial killer, Herb Baumeister.
Yeah.
Baumeister? Did I say that right? I hope I did.
I think.
I hope I did. But
if not, it's okay. Someone will correct us about that.
Yeah. This house is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like 10 acres of woods.
Yeah.
A lot of these have woods.
Yeah, but the shit that was going on.
Ooh. So if you guys don't know, Herb Baumeister was a serial killer who intentionally stalked and killed, or rather seduced and killed 11 men, boys and men, aging from the ages, I believe, 16 to 40.
Yeah.
And he would bury them because when I did research on this, he did more than just bury them. He would take them back to his house and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on them. Look that up if you're old enough. And kill them and basically buried them on his property. But in a way that the bones were like just shattered and like, how do I put it, in pieces on his property. But I also found out that when it was closer to a neighboring person's property, he was more careless with it because the bones were all whole over there.
Oh.
So if it was closer to his house, they'd be in fragments.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Further out, the more whole the bones were.
Sick.
Very, not in a cool way.
No.
Is not what she means, I promise.
No.
It's sickening. But, you want to explain this one? I know you had fun with it.
No. That one was really, really good. I was honestly like, I was a little scared, honestly, when like the paranormal shit started happening, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, but especially when the guy who was living there, he this one was the one where he took out his phone, right? To ask like the spirits or something.
Oh, it was the one who was renting the apartment above the garage.
Yeah.
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 The married one.
He asked like, oh, what spirit is here?
And it replies, the married one.
And he was checking like all the records of like all the victims.
None of them were married.
They were all single.
Her Baumeister was married.
He was the only one that was
with
married.
3 children.
Yeah.
And he favored his son.
That's not surprising. That's really sad.
That is really sad.
That's not surprising.
Luckily, that we have to also note that this coward, after he got caught, offed himself. He fled and offed himself. Didn't even get arrested.
Look, that is the only time I'm ever gonna say that suicide was the most coward way to go.
Yeah, if it's a criminal, they've been caught and they commit suicide, coward.
Yeah. That's the only time I'm ever gonna say that.
And his suicide note didn't even mention the victims at all.
Yeah!
It only mentioned the fact that his business was failing. Like, the reason why he did this was because his business was failing, and so was his marriage. He didn't even own up to the murders.
That's a motherfucking lie.
Like, my dude, if you're gonna kill yourself, fucking own up to yourself with the fucking murder. Murderers.
But yeah, that wasn't gonna fucking happen, and he basically was like scot-free with that shit. He was like, I'm not responsible for anything.
Nope.
Evidence says otherwise, my dude.
Yeah.
But you just can't be charged for it.
Yeah, this guy that we just talked about who said he got an EVP saying the married one, and this EVP is pretty clear.
Oh yeah, it's super clear.
He sees one of the victims who is sopping wet running through his apartment, and he was able to point out the victim on old recordings that they, like old news tapes that they were looking at to learn more about the property.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why they have this place is because, by the way, this place has like 5 bedrooms. And like, how many was it? 3 or 4 bathrooms. And it had a 5-car garage. And an indoor pool that was 36 feet long. In the basement.
Oh yeah. They said that like the was it the pool area was the place where like everything would happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had mannequins down there.
Yeah.
Posed in weird ways.
Yeah.
And they showed some of those pictures.
Yeah, they showed some of like the actual photos from like crime scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah, no actual bodies, don't worry.
No. It's just the mannequins.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really, really good one. I like that one a lot. And also, the guy who they were interviewing who owns this house now got it simply because it was marked down because of what happened there.
Well, of course. Usually when stuff
and
is,
he
like,
knew immediately
marked down.
He knew immediately what the house was. He was like, he even asked the realtor, he was like, is this where her Baumeister lived? Yes.
No duh.
No duh, dude. Shit.
But I mean, like, when stuff is significantly marked down on the market,
there's a reason.
There's a huge reason.
Yeah. I want to note that, and I don't know if they actually did, it looks like they filmed in the actual house.
Probably, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know, though.
If not, it's a really, really good replica, because the house looks exactly like the one in the show.
Yeah, there are some like, places, like, footage, where it does say, like, on the little corner that it's the actual house.
Yeah, like, original footage by so-and-so.
Yeah.
Or original recording, or original video, whatever.
Yeah. But also, like, towards the end, it actually says, like, oh, this is the actual, like, farmhouse. Towards the end when they show it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a beautiful house.
It is.
It's unfortunate that all that shit happened there. Yeah, I think they said that I don't remember if they actually got people to move on from here, or if it's still going on.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. We'll have to look at that one again, because it was interesting. I like that one. Yeah, if you guys like true crime, Fox Hollow Farm is the name of the episode.
Yes.
Super good. I want to get my next favorite episode. And I have to point this one out because it really, when I first heard about this one and saw this one, it struck a chord with me for some reason. It was very reminiscent. Obviously not in the same way because one was a murder and the other was not. But it kind of gave me the same emotional reaction towards this particular person, like with the Black Dahlia. I just felt so sorry for this person.
Both ended in suicide. Both.
Not this case.
No, not the
Black Dahlia.
No.
But this next one, guys, did you know the Hollywood sign is haunted?
I'm pretty sure most people do.
The location of the Hollywood sign is haunted. It's in Griffith Park. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So back in the 80s, I believe is in 87 is what they said. A group of 4 friends, the youngest being 16 years old. She's really, her name was Tina. She's really sweet. And I remember Elaine, and I don't remember the other 2 dudes' names. I feel bad for that, but it's fine. But Elaine and Tina are kind of somewhat of the main focus here. It was after like a game, and they didn't want to go home yet. And so one of their buddies suggested, I think Al suggested, let's go hop the fence and hike up to the Hollywood sign and see if we can touch the letters. So they get there and they climb up and they're super excited and they get to see this beautiful view of Los Angeles. And they're, by the way, don't actually do this. It's super illegal.
Well, no, duh, it's trespassing.
It's trespassing. It's super illegal. You can't even get into this particular area where they actually got in anymore, I don't think.
No, you can't.
But it's super illegal. It's also dangerous because the hill is super steep. Don't do this. So, and just before midnight, they decide they want to go back down the hill and get ready to go home. On their way down, they see a woman walking up the hill effortlessly in heels. And she's not making any, like, her footsteps aren't making any sound. And she's wearing a 30s style white dress with a veil over her face. And so I think it was Owl? I'm so sorry. Al decided to call out to him. Or call out to her, rather, my bad. And said hello to her. She doesn't respond. And he thinks, oh, maybe she just didn't hear me. He tries again. Hello. And I don't know if this is actually what they saw, but in the show, she looks up at them. Her eyes are milky white. And I have a thing for eyes, so this freaked me out.
I know you do.
And her mouth, the skin of her mouth is missing. And it's nothing but, like, skeletal, like, teeth. And it looks fucking scary. That's another one that really freaked me out. Not only is this a favorite episode of mine because it freaked me out, but like because of the sympathy, but it also because this just in particular just freaked me out, you know?
It's the effects, man.
It's the effects, man. They hold up pretty well. So they, like, take off running down this hill, and poor Tina, her legs are moving faster than her body, so she's stumbling and kind of falling a little bit. And she has to squeeze through the fence, like, through one of the gaps, because she's scared of heights and she can't do it. And the door made a noise, that fucking scared me. They all book it, and the guys hop over the fence, and Elaine is, like, Tina is Elaine's responsibility, because, like, they had met somehow, and she worked at the university over the summer, and that's how they met. So they're really good friends, like brother and sister. They all get to the cars. The 2 other guys, their buddies, Al and the other guy, I can't remember his name, they take off. And Elaine gets into the car and is just about to leave. And, like, Tina finally squeezes through the fence and she gets in the car. She's mad at Elaine because he was about to leave her. And I have to note that at one point he tried to help her and he saw the woman, like, following Tina. Which kind of freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie. The face haunts me a little. But, they leave, and they knew that they'd just seen a ghost. And so Elaine goes out of his way, and he did research, and he did say on the internet, this must have been early internet days if it's an 87, but he looked up Lady in White around the Hollywood sign, and an actress by the name of Peg Entwistle came up as a result. And I've done research on her myself plenty of times. Peg Entwistle was a 1930s actress. I believe this was in 1934 when this all happened. And she was an aspiring actress. She hadn't made it big yet. She had gotten a bad review on a movie she was in, and she felt like she'd failed everybody. So she hiked up to the Hollywood sign and jumped off the H, committed suicide. She died from several fractures to the pelvis. And what's even sadder is that I found out the very next day she actually got a message or a phone call or whatever saying that she had gotten a role in an upcoming musical the very next day. And I just felt so sorry for her. And
That shit hurts, man.
This shit fucking hurt, man. And they actually showed a picture of the actual actress at the end of the episode, or at the end of the story, and she was beautiful. She kind of looked like not a younger, but like a kind of different iteration of Marilyn Monroe a little bit. Mm-hmm. She was beautiful. I highly recommend looking her up. And I just felt so sorry for her because they also shared her suicide note, and I was like, oh, this poor thing. I think her suicide note said something along the lines of, I'm sorry that I failed everyone. If I had done this a long time ago, it would have saved a lot of pain. And I was just like, no, you poor thing. Somebody help her. And I did recently, and it pissed me off so much with this. It made me irrationally upset because this was the first time I'd ever heard anybody ever say anything of it like this about her. They got everything right, and they were like, you can see her ghost here. But then they added, and she supposedly goes after you and kills you or makes you kill yourself. I'm like, no. I'm pretty sure that's not what she does. Why would she want to do that? Hello? That one, ugh, whoever you are, TikToker. I don't know who the hell you were. That made me so mad.
I love how you say TikToker. It's not even a TikToker, because I'm like an LA native. I fucking lived there all my life. That has been always said since I was in elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, that's nothing new.
That makes me feel so bad. I don't think she would want to do that.
You know, that's nothing new. That's been told for like so many years.
That makes me really sad. No, you could have just told her story. Don't say that she makes you want to kill yourself. That's so sad.
People like to create shit for like shock value and to, scare people.
I don't like that.
And a lot of people will just say she does that because she's jealous. Because she didn't like get what she deserved.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which, like, I guess makes sense, but
I guess. In my heart of hearts, though, I fully believe that
I don't think she would.
No. Why would she want to cause any... By her suicide note...
Like, again, just because of her suicide note, it does not make sense at all.
Yeah. Because she said she would have saved a lot of pain. Why would she want to cause pain to anybody in the afterlife if she was going through so much of it herself?
But it's just a fucking thing that people started.
I hate that. You guys fucking suck.
It's just a thing that people started, man.
People who live in LA, except for you. What the fuck?
Thanks? I guess. I don't know.
I only say not you because I don't think you believe that either.
No, I don't.
I'm like, why would you want to do that? That's
obviously,
sad.
I did when I was, like, younger, when I was a kid, because, like, I'm a kid.
Even when I was a kid, I was like, man, she wouldn't want to do... I just felt bad for her. I was like, she deserved her role, please. Especially in the midst of the Great Depression. Can you imagine if she, like, was able to make so many fucking people happy with her roles and stuff. Oh my god, I feel so
I
sorry
do
for
think
her.
it's very funny that when I told you that I was from LA, you got like really excited, especially about this.
Yeah, it was one of the first. I was like, did you know the Hollywood sign is haunted?
I was like, my dude, I've lived here all my life. Of course I know.
I got really excited, okay? I just like talking about her.
No, you got really excited. Started asking me a bunch of questions about it, and I was like, I have never been to the Hollywood sign, man. I've lived here. I've never been there though.
Yeah, that was before. Well, I guess I should have figured, but that was like kind of before I figured that you can't really get up there anymore like that.
Yeah, I mean, I did tell you like it's blocked off, like you can't go up there anymore.
Yeah, because it's like Ghost aside, it's dangerous. Like
Yeah,
especially in Griffith Park. Griffith Park, and I'm sorry we're getting off topic, but like don't go to Griffith Park in the middle of the night.
Griffith Park is fun though.
During the day.
I've only been there during the day. Me and my uncle went there a shit ton. We would always go and explore like the mountain part and the old zoo because it's a park. You can like have picnics there and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of like iconic locations. Like I think they shot like a Batman movie somewhere around there for the Batcave.
Yeah.
But when the sun goes down, Griffith Park is a whole different animal.
It's a whole different thing. But also I've heard just like the security telling people to like leave.
Yeah, like there's cult shit, there's murders, there's sacrifices, all kinds of wacky shit that happens there. I've got to show you the episode with Sam and Colby. I keep bringing up Sam and Colby, I'm sorry. But Sam and Colby actually went and but like were actually there at night, and they went to the famous picnic bench where that couple died.
Mm-hmm.
They went up to that and actually found the bench.
Amazing.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, Jaeger, you scared me half to fucking death.
Doggy.
He fucking scratched the couch and it scared me.
It's funny. Another thing that I think is funny is that you got very excited when I told you I was going to Griffith Park with my uncle. I think like the second time I told you, because I think Markiplier had just released one of his videos.
Yeah, it was an Otis Honest video.
Yeah.
Like literally the day before, him and Ethan went up to Griffith Park at night.
Yeah,
somehow with a paranormal investigator. And did an investigation, and actually Mark's dad's name came in as an EVP.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a fucking episode. I wish they did. I miss Unis Honest, guys.
I know there are some people that probably re-upload stuff, and
don't do that.
That kind of sucks, because that defeats the point of that channel.
Yeah. We miss it too, guys, but like it kind of defeats the purpose. It's okay if you like saved it personally on your computer. Don't repost it.
Yeah.
Don't re-upload it.
Don't do that. But yeah, I thought it was really funny because the next day I went to Griffith Park with my uncle.
I was like, dude, didn't Mark and Ethan just go here?
I was like, oh shit.
And then you found out one of your favorite music artists was there the same day, the same time, but you didn't happen to run into him.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Who was that? Do you remember?
It was Jordan.
It was Jordan? Oh my god.
It was Jordan. It was you guys probably know him as the Ready Set.
Mm-hmm.
He was there, and I was like, you son of a bitch.
We're getting way off topic right now.
We are.
Well, not too off topic. We're still in Griffith Park. It's not too off topic. It's fine.
It's not too off topic, but it's fine. It's okay. But like that place is really really cool, even during the day.
Yeah,
it's really cool. I have a ton of pictures that I could upload to like our Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah. Man. But yeah, the again, I just resonated with her.
Oh yeah.
I felt so sorry for her. She deserved better. I don't like the rumor that she makes you kill yourself. That makes me sad. Stop, let her rest, please.
That is the most dumbest rumor I've ever heard.
I'm like, please. Why would she want to do that?
But also, I will say I was scared about that when I was a kid, because like.
Yeah, you're a kid.
I was 7.
You're a kid, but adults should know better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you, like, do a little bit of reading on her fucking story.
Well, I mean, there's like, a bunch of different variations of her story. There's also, depending on, like, what media you consume of it.
Yeah, that's usually the case anyway, no matter what.
Because I think there was, like, a kind of different one for Truth or Scare on, like, the Discovery Kids channel.
Was she on Truth or Scare?
I think so.
Ooh. I have to look that up. Oh shit.
I have to look it up to like
Underrated
verify
show.
that.
Underrated show. Super good.
But yeah.
I'm gay for Michelle Trachtenberg.
Me too, man. Me too. Ice Princess? Is that fucking
such a good
amazing.
Such a good movie.
It's such a good movie. Truth or Scare is also another good show.
Yeah.
I think what I want to do is that I want to try and do one show every month.
Okay. If you wanna.
We can try that.
We can try.
We can try.
If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work.
If it doesn't work, nah. It's okay.
We can do
every
test
other
run.
month.
We can
Every other month. Every other month. That's better.
So February will be clear for shows, and then March we'll do a show.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm. No, because in March we're doing Disability Awareness Month.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so April then.
Yeah, we'll start
in April. Okay, so we gotta move on from Sweet Peg. Okay, what's your next favorite one?
Honestly, it's not my favorite.
It just stood out.
Yeah, and it's only because I saw the movie that was based off of it before I moved here.
Yeah. This is another alien one you and I really liked.
It is another alien one, but the reason why I liked it was because like it's a core group of friends that
7 people.
Yeah, that are just like, we didn't do anything to our friend. He literally got fucking abducted by aliens.
They didn't know that though. He just vanished.
No. He just vanished.
They saw this UFO.
Reappear.
They saw this UFO and then he vanished.
So
he was gone for like 5 days.
Yeah. So the movie that it immediately reminded me of, because I was like, why does this sound so familiar when I looked at it?
Mm-hmm.
It's called Fire in the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was watching that before I moved here. And you said, because I didn't catch it because I was looking it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because you said that, yeah, that the group said that the light in the sky looks kind of like fire or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, sure.
Because the group is a bunch of loggers. They're in the woods together. And one of them suggested, oh, is that fire? And they were like, no, there would be smoke. And I knew you were looking it up. I was like, yeah, they said that they thought it might have been a forest fire, even though that kind of probably would have been impossible because it was raining.
Uh-huh.
It was raining when that all happened. Do you want to explain this one? Phantom said, I do.
The cat wants to explain it.
Sir, we cannot speak cat.
I'm sorry, we cannot translate. Oh, he said that's okay.
We can't translate. We say as we translate. Come on, Fan. Little man.
We only guess, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Phantom.
right, sir. What are you doing, dude?
Would you like to come over here for a little bit? Come here.
Come here, boy. Oh.
Hi, little dude.
You're so chunky.
Hi, little dude.
We have a baby. He's not purring. He's not purring.
No, he's not purring.
It's okay, though.
It's okay.
It's okay. You
He's
want
a
to
little
food?
baby.
Little man.
Would you like to say something to the mic?
What are your thoughts?
He has none.
He's orange.
blonde.
he's orange. Of course he doesn't.
Yeah.
Go on, good sir. Go get some food.
He does not have the brain cell right now.
And that's okay.
He's like, what?
He's confused.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he was confused.
Oh, he gonna bother his brother. What? He hasn't laid in that chair in months.
No, he hasn't.
What the hell?
Which is like weird, but okay.
Okay. Anyway. Cat aside.
Oh yeah, so this is like a famous fucking like case that happened in 1975.
Yeah, they even stated at the beginning of the episode that this is the most. Thank you, sir. Anyway, moving on.
Funny as hell.
What a fucking baby. Okay. Anyway, carry on.
But yeah, this is a famous case that happened in like 1975,
Mm-hmm.
and it happened in Arizona.
There's a lot of weird shit happening in Arizona. You know that?
It's Arizona.
It is Arizona.
What do you expect?
That's
I'm sorry if you live in Arizona. I'm just
shout out
kidding.
to you, man. You got some weird shit going on down there.
Yeah, we don't mean in a bad way either.
No, it's pretty cool. But it's pretty. It's hot as hell.
Yeah. So yes, this abduction happened to Travis Walton.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe it, dude. Like, he disappeared for 5 whole fucking days.
Yeah. And the cops were so convinced that the other dudes did something to him.
Yeah, to the point where they took like a lie detector test.
Yeah, they
which
took
honestly,
lie detector tests. Which
those tests are like,
there's a reason why they're not used in a court of law, okay?
yeah.
But
they're not great, but
they do detect when you lie.
Wasn't it like 4 or 5 of them?
Yeah. There were 7 of them that would sit in that truck in total, but I think it was just 4 or 5 at the end of that day in particular.
Yeah, I think 4 of them.
Baby.
So I think 4 of them passed and 1 of them didn't.
Yeah.
Because he
he
rightfully so was getting angry at the officer.
His results were undetermined.
Yeah.
It's not that he failed. It was just they couldn't get an answer. A proper answer. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There you go. Oh, don't you walk on that laptop. Okay.
Not the laptop, dude.
I have cat. Oh god, he's gripping onto my shoulder.
Sir, calm down. Calm the claws.
Those grippers, bro. He's still not purring.
Did I say something?
He's not purring.
He breathed into the mic.
I hope that got picked up.
Here, dude.
I really hope that got picked up.
Squishy face.
Squishy. You're a distraction, you know that?
He is. It's funny. I'm keeping it in. I don't care.
Okay. Alright. Anyway.
But yeah, the fact that like they had to do the test.
Yeah.
4 of them like passed it. 1 of them just like couldn't use it.
Which to be fair, he took the test later and still passed.
Yeah.
Because he had time to cool down.
And that's what they determined were like, yeah, they didn't do anything to him.
Yeah.
And then this motherfucker comes back out of nowhere.
On the side of the highway.
Yeah.
Completely disoriented.
Uses like a payphone or a phone or something at like a gas station.
Yeah, the payphone.
Yeah, payphone.
And calls his brother.
Yeah. And his brother doesn't really like believe it. He thinks it's a joke or whatever.
It's a prank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
this is not though.
Because this is now national news.
Yeah.
That this dude just vanished.
Oh yeah, he gains fucking traction when the
really
news
fast.
finds out.
Yeah.
That he's like back and
alive. And there were search parties fucking everywhere when he disappeared.
Oh my god. And the way that he describes his like...
Should we talk about what happened before he got abducted?
Yeah.
So, just before all this happens, it's all these dudes are on the way home from work, okay? Mm-hmm. And they see this light. They, again, think it's possibly fire, whatever. They go see what it is. It is a flying saucer just hovering above the ground. It's huge.
It's a motherfucking UFO.
Yes. And Travis, I guess, is a fucking moth. He's like, light! I'm sorry, Travis, but...
Well, he wanted to go investigate it.
Yeah. He got closer to it. He said he felt like he was in a trance.
Yeah.
And a beam of light shoots out and sends him flying 20 feet. And he's knocked unconscious. And the other guys freak out and they automatically assume that he's fucking dead. Because holy shit, the way he got launched.
Yeah.
And then they leave. And then they stop after like a couple of miles. And they're all freaking the fuck out. And they're like, we need to go back for him. And they do. The UFO and Travis both gone. And that's how this all starts.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh my god. This story's fucking wild, dude.
This poor guy. Because he comes back and he's clearly traumatized.
Oh yeah, he's clearly traumatized. He has to be like hospitalized and everything for a while after that before he can like, safely go home.
Yeah, like a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, and then once he's home, he's just bombarded with calls by like reporters, journalists.
Yeah, reporters, like, fucking
the news.
Reporters at his fucking house. I hate.
Yeah,
I hate that for him.
I hate that. But he did like recall his story about what he saw.
Yeah, to his buddies because they're freaking the fuck. They're the ones who saw this all happen, except for the abduction.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this poor guy.
Like he said that he woke up, but he clearly could not.
He didn't even know where he was at first.
He couldn't like comprehend what had happened, where he was, and like what exactly he was looking at because everything was like really blurry.
Yeah.
And he thought like something happened to him and he was like in the hospital and like there was like doctors around him or something like that.
Yeah, this is where it gets juicy, bro.
Ugh. And they were not they were not doctors.
They're not people.
I love the like makeup effects.
Yes.
For this particular like episode.
Yeah.
Because it looks so good.
Yeah. I also have to note that later on he finds like other humans.
Yeah, he finds like other humans.
Their eyes are weird and they're not acting like humans. They're not talking or anything.
Like there's one where he finds in like a spacesuit.
They're all in spacesuits.
There was one.
The one in particular.
One in particular where he first like finds them, and he thinks like, oh, they're all here to like help him, but when they're trying to like get him to lay down on a table that's there,
it's trap him down, right?
Yeah, he starts to like panic.
He wakes up on a table. He's got something on his chest. He doesn't know what it is, and he's got these figures standing over him.
Again, like at first he thinks he's like in a hospital, but that's not the fucking case.
No. And I don't have any reason not to believe this guy because during the interview he's like very stoic about it, like very matter of fact. Like this is definitely a thing that happened to him.
Like he seems very genuine about it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Genuine. And just the only thing they could find on him that would cause any real quote unquote harm was an injection in his forearm from something they thought. Like where something was placed, like a tube or something.
Yeah. And it's a significant like
hole.
Yeah.
It's decent size. It's like I'd say a little smaller than a dime.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, but it's like it was a fucking tube.
Yeah, that had to be a tube. Tell. That was not a needle. That was a tube.
It was not a needle.
That was a tube. Ugh. Yeah,
That's
this poor guy. Oh my god. I feel sorry for his friends too because like they all got fucking blamed. They all thought they were almost
convicted of murder.
They were. They were almost convicted of murder. Oh my god.
But it's fine. Everything ended up being okay.
Yeah.
People were traumatized, but they ended up healing.
Yeah,
but very confused.
Yeah, the youngest of the group, I think he was 17 at the time. He lied to get the job. I remember him saying that. You little sneak. But he ended up moving away from Arizona from all that, and I don't blame him. And I don't remember what else happened to the rest of the guys. Like, ugh. I just feel sorry for Travis, man.
Yeah. Because, like, oh, that's a fucking
Because if that's real, oh my god. Which, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at this point because, I mean, there's been confirmations that, yes, our U.S. government has caught UFOs on film. And
yeah, I mean,
they confirmed it. Like,
they confirmed it, like, I think a year into the fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
And no one paid attention to it. And I was like, are you guys fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? All these years.
Woke up, new evidence dropped.
Excuse me? I cannot believe it because no one paid fucking attention to this shit. Because after all these years, multiple people being like, yeah, there's aliens out there. And then Area 51's like, yeah, you're right, there are. And no one fucking bats an eye. It's like,
I think it's because we know that the universe is so big that there's just no way we're the only ones. You know?
Yeah.
I think that might be that kind of thing. And also just like 2021 is such a blur, and also like we were knee deep in the pandemic, dude. There's no fucking way we're gonna pay attention to that.
Exactly, that's why they released it.
Oh my god.
That's why they fucking told the truth.
I have seen a UFO before.
Nice.
It was over where Steven used to live, and I'll point out the road next time we go to the store. But we were driving, me and Mom were riding back home after dropping Steven off. This was like, I was in 6th grade when I saw this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty dark out there. There's not a lot of street lamps, and there's like a few every so often, and it's kind of got the yellowish kind of glow that kind of like this one out here, except more yellow instead of orange. They haven't been struck by lightning. I think the light bulbs are just old. But we were riding home, and I looked up through the screen, the the window, whatever the fuck. And I saw what I thought was like a reflection of the street lamps, one of the street lamps that we just passed by. But the thing is, it wasn't moving the way a reflection does when you're driving.
Yeah.
It was just like there. Kind of like when you have your eye on the moon and it doesn't move. It was kind of like that.
Weird.
And then it shot away. And that was that. And I was like, huh? It was bright too. It didn't make any noise. And I think it was like, yeah, it had to be because I first met Steven when it was April, because I met him at Adriana's birthday party,
mm-hmm.
and her birthday's in April, so it had to be like late spring, early summer when I saw that.
Amazing.
So we would probably have the windows down if it's a cool enough night, so it didn't make any noise, whatever it was. It was weird.
I've never seen UFOs, but I have seen ghosts. So.
Oh, I have too. You guys should check out that episode.
Yeah.
We have an episode with ghost stories.
We do, and I have plenty more.
Yeah. Since that episode.
Yeah, we can do a part 2.
We can do a part 2. I would love to do a part 2 with you.
Yeah, we can do a part 2.
It would mostly be with you because I don't have a whole lot. I think I shared all I've experienced there. But, what's another episode that I really liked? Moving on from the UFO. Oh, man.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's short and sweet. The episode that we both didn't like was just the Bigfoot one.
I don't even know what happened in it. We didn't pay attention. We heard Bigfoot and we were like, no.
I was like going in and out with the episode. I don't fucking remember anything about it. I just remember that it was about Bigfoot, and then my brain just turned off because I was like, no thanks.
It's just a dude in a gorilla suit, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bigfoot is the most boring ass cryptid, okay?
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, so it's Bigfoot and it's like alien and UFO shit. But the thing is, like, it has to be super interesting. And usually Bigfoot stuff is not interesting at all.
It's always the same fucking thing. It's always this dude is out in the middle of the woods, either hunting or camping or fishing, and he sees a big hairy dude and it's banging on trees and shit, and then that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And there's always a quote-unquote picture, and I'm like,
yeah.
This thing is blurry as shit. Why did you take a picture with a potato?
But yeah,
Also, guys, I have bad news, okay? Because I've known that this picture was fake, but I didn't know this detail. You know the famous picture of the Bigfoot?
I was gonna say, is it the infamous like Bigfoot picture?
Yeah, the video. That thing was just a dude, obviously in a suit, but he was riding a horse.
I love
to make
it.
him seem taller. I'm like, yeah, that tracks.
I love it. That makes sense.
I'm sorry, guys. The most famous Bigfoot thing is just a dude in a suit riding a horse, okay?
I think it's funny.
That's very funny.
And that just proves that it's boring as shit.
I don't know why Finding Bigfoot on Animal Planet has lasted as long as it has, dude.
I don't know, man.
Because it's the same shit over and over again. And I mean, the first few episodes are fascinating because they're like their techniques of trying to try to find Bigfoot are interesting, but like it's the same shit every single time, just at a different location.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But that's all we got to say about that.
Yeah, literally, we both agree. Bigfoot, no.
Mm. But
yeah. That's it about Bigfoot. Like,
pretty much. That's it.
And we still have plenty of episodes to go, TBH, because we're barely into season 3.
Oh, I don't have any more episodes, honestly.
Do I have any more? Oh, I do want to share a fun fact. Because I think this little, it's not really a fun fact, it's more of a thing if you know you know whenever you watch this. But I do have a fun fact. Okay. This show included a few well-known paranormal cases, including the families of The Haunting in Connecticut, which was another one of my faves, but we all know the story of that, I think. The Conjuring, and the Sally House.
Yeah.
And the Connecticut episode is season 2, episode 7. The Sally House, aka it's just called The Harpy, season 3, episode 18. And the Conjuring House is season 4, episode 10.
Which makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah. We watched the Haunting in Connecticut one.
Yeah, because we only got up to like episode 7 of season 3.
Yeah. But that one was really interesting too. Obviously, I've never seen the movie. I need to see the movie. You'll know that this family moved to Connecticut because their son Philip, at the age of 13, was diagnosed with, I think it's lymphoma, right? I think. And they moved to Connecticut because it was a 300-mile round trip, 5 times a week.
Yeah, Connecticut was like in the area
to go get his radiation treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So they moved, and the house ended up being an old,
I think it was a funeral home.
Yeah, funeral home. I forgot the name for funeral. I was about to be like the mortuary's assistant shit, you know? Which is not wrong. The morgue is down in the basement, and
I mean, yeah, but it was a funeral home pretty much.
Yeah. And basically, and they only figured this out because there's crucifixes above every doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom was like, why are these here? And the dad's like, oh, this used to be a funeral home. And she really didn't like the idea of moving into this place because her son is sick with cancer and she doesn't want him to think about his own mortality. But they didn't really have a choice. So they were like, okay, we gotta move here. And then shit goes wrong. Shit goes real wrong really quick.
Shit hit the fan real quick.
Yeah, like Philip, the kid who had cancer, his personality completely flipped. Like, he had a totally dark personality after this. So badly, because like he was hearing voices and seeing things, that she actually had him committed for schizophrenia. Yeah. Because he was showing symptoms of schizophrenia, even though he doesn't have schizophrenia. But I'm not going to even get into it too much because I feel like, and I could be wrong, I don't know. I feel like if you've seen A Haunting in Connecticut, you kind of know how that goes, but I could be wrong. But we did find out, unfortunately, at the age of 38, Philip did pass away again because his cancer came back and actually left a quick little interview recording for the show before he passed away. And he stated that from the moment they stepped into that house, he knew that house was evil. He tried to tell his mom that, but she wouldn't listen to him.
And it's not like they had a choice, though.
No, they did not have a choice, especially since it's already so expensive to just move, let alone for the fact that he's getting radiation treatment, and just the house was huge too. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy. Yeah. That was a good episode too. And I felt really sad. I remember feeling really sad about, because I knew at this point I knew about The Haunting in Connecticut. Never seen it. I still haven't seen it. And when I found out he had died shortly before this interview came about, or like shortly before this episode came about, I just felt really bad for him. I think he died in, I think they said March of 2012, January or March. It was one or the other. I don't remember now. But yeah, I think that's that one. And
honestly, like there are a lot of episodes that like aren't my favorite, but are very interesting.
Yeah, of course. Most of these are interesting, not the Bigfoot one.
No, most of these are interesting. I did like the last one that we saw, about Charles Manson.
Yes.
That one was good, but also I did not see the ending because I had to go to the bathroom. But either way, like you're gonna find like something that's interesting.
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
Series.
And there's one episode in the next season that I'm really excited for us to get to is called The Exorcist, and it shows like this guy who performs exorcisms going through his training over in Italy because he's Catholic. Hello. Hi, babe.
Hello, dude.
What's up? He's here.
The cat. But yeah, again, like there's
something for everybody.
There's something for everyone.
Even if you like Bigfoot.
In this series. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly you don't have taste if you like Bigfoot. I'm sorry.
Come on, fan.
I'm kidding though. To each their own.
She's not kidding. No.
To each their motherfucking own.
To each their own. And there is an episode later on called The Mothman Prophecies that I don't remember, but I think will be very interesting because I'm interested in Mothman.
I don't know why I find that really fucking funny. I'm trying my hardest not to laugh.
Mothman. Mothman.
Hi, Phantom.
What you doing, dude?
Another spook.
Another spook. He's orange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's fat.
Hey, little dude.
He's still not purring. Why you no purr, bro?
Damn, he doesn't want to talk to you guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Not this time.
The only thing you get is breathing. Help me. He's digging into my arm. Thank you.
I saw that.
He's gripping. He's gripping on tight. But yeah, maybe we can do another episode about Paranormal Witness one day. If you want to.
A part 2? Where we actually catch up on this shit?
Yeah. If you want to. If not, that's okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. If you guys want it. Well, Little Spooks, that's going to be it for us today.
So join us next week as we start a new month. So February's theme is going to be based around love, and the first movie we'll be watching is David Cronenberg's 1986. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's far from my vision.
It's okay.
We're going to be watching The Fly.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be my first time watching it.
It will be mine.
Yeah.
I know how it ends, though. It's sad.
It's very sad, and it's very gross. But yeah, joining us next week is going to be my cousin Adam, and to prepare you guys to watch this, you can watch this if you have an HBO Max subscription. You're not sponsored by HBO Max. Or you can rent it for $3.99 on Prime Video.
We are not sponsored by Amazon.
No, we're not. Jeff Bezos fucking sponsor us because I keep giving you my money every month.
Give us your money, no, I'm kidding. Don't forget to rate us and tap the bell icon on Spotify so you don't miss an episode. If you want to follow the Guarded by Demons socials, we're on Twitter at Guarded Demons, and we're also on Anchor, YouTube, and Instagram at Guarded by Demons. We also have an email, guardeddemonpod@gmail.com if you want to write in and suggest some topics, movies, or games we could play on the podcast, or shows, or tell us how we did. Be nice. I will cry.
So we started a Patreon, and joining our Patreon, depending on the tier that you choose, will get you access to our Discord server, and you guys get your own roles. I have updated our Discord, so you guys can have your own fucking roles on there, and it's all color-coded. I do. Because I'm the one to set it up, and it's fun, honestly. We already have a few members on there. And there's a lot of like movie discussions. So all tiers get you into the Discord, but there's 2 tiers that will either get you weekly new episodes. You get the episodes that are on the main feed a day early. You get Q&As every other month. You get shout outs every month at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And Did I say Q&As?
Yes, you
Okay,
did.
yeah. Cool.
You got this. But yeah, we have 3 different tiers, and that goes Spook, Ghost, and Demon, $5, $10, $15 in that order.
It's not a lot, guys.
It's not a lot. It's just some pocket change. To some. Not to us.
But yeah, we will link our Patreon in like the description. It's not mandatory. You guys do not have to financially support us. It's just another thing where, like, you know, if you can spend a few dollars, go for it, and we will give you more content, because we are gonna be doing like exclusive content just for Patreon, and it's only gonna be for Ghost and Demon.
Yeah. Sorry, spooks. Enjoy the Discord.
Enjoy the Discord, you guys.
And we're also hoping to have merch on there one day too. And
hopefully.
I don't think we should leave that to just the higher one. Like, we should have merch
that's
for all
gonna be for
3.
everyone. That's for everyone to get.
I hope we can do that one day. I still have that merch idea. I'm not gonna share it because last time you said if you keep saying it, somebody's gonna steal the idea. And I'm like, you're right. I'm not gonna say it.
But like you have already said it, so.
Don't steal my idea. I'm copywriting it right now. It's copyrighted by Guarded by Demons. If you steal it, I will take you to court. I'm sorry.
Amazing. But yeah, again, it's not a mandatory thing. If you can support us, and we will give you more content.
Yeah. We're excited.
Very excited. Because one of the possible things that we could do is a new movie that's coming out on Shudder in like a month.
Get him a rink.
Yeah.
It got leaked. It's been all over TikTok, and the more you and I see about it, the more we're like, we really want to see it, but we're gonna wait until it's on Shudder, so we can actually properly support the creator.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's gonna be out in theaters, and then it's gonna be on Shudder.
No, I thought it was gonna be on Shudder immediately.
No, it's gonna be out in theaters, and then it's gonna be on Shudder. But yeah, once again, I am Kimberly, and if you want to follow me on any of my personal accounts, I am the Lesbian Spook on Twitter. I retweet. Oh my god, I retweet a lot of dumb shit.
It's fine.
I retweet a lot of memes about music. And it's been a gold mine the last few days.
Oh yeah. This is a Brendan Urie hate page. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Honestly. But yeah, I retweet a lot of stuff about being lesbian. I retweet a lot of memes for music, and I retweet a lot of movie news.
Yes. So many.
Yeah, I have to be careful with what I tweet out, because since the new Scream movie is coming out, I have to be careful with what I retweet. Because this one here has not seen any of them.
I have not. I just know Matthew Lillard is in the first one, and that's all I know.
Amazing. I love the dude so much.
I love him so much. He's gonna be adored. He's gonna be so awesome in the FNAF movie. I'm so excited about that shit.
Same.
Should we make that a Patreon exclusive when it comes to it, or should we do like an actual?
Oh my god, that depends. That just depends on when it comes out.
Okay, just asking, just wondering.
Yeah. No, the FNAF movie depends on when it comes out.
Okay.
Because if it comes out when we're in LA, we're gonna go see it, and we don't have time to record.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna be in LA in fucking September.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks.
It's
gonna be fun.
But yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch and Tumblr, I am Spooky Scary Lesbian. I play dumbass horror games on Twitch, and it's mostly Resident Evil.
It's her comfort game.
It is my comfort game, but also I cannot afford any other game, so you get what you get.
That's a fucking mood. That's a fucking mood.
And then on Tumblr, I write a lot of dumbass fan fiction if you want to go over and read that shit. I am not super active, but I'm getting back to being active on there. I have a master list of like everything that I've fucking written. I want to get back into it, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to go check that out. If you want to follow me on my socials, do that. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, all the links to everything that we say are going to be in the description. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you hear.
Dude, we've been getting a bunch of subscribers.
I
on
know.
YouTube.
I've been seeing that, and I love it.
I'm
Thank
like, where are you people coming from?
But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon so you don't miss any notifications, comment anything that you would like us to cover. We will see, because honestly, I do the schedule.
Yeah, you do.
And I figured out most of the year.
Yes.
But if you have suggestions, thank you, Phantom. He said, good job. But if you have any suggestions for us, feel free to do that in the comments. That'd be fucking great. I have to put a list of things that we will not cover.
Yeah.
Also, I know we said that we were gonna watch Smile, but after doing like
Oh, we watched Zavid react to that shit.
Yeah.
There's animal cruelty in that too. God damn it.
Yeah.
Stop killing animals for fucking fear stuff. I'm begging you. Quit. Please. It's not scary, it's just sad.
We were gonna do Smile, but not just animal cruelty, but also it deals with a lot of like heavy mental illness things with depression and suicide.
Which
and I
this
was like,
now okay with.
no.
It's a hard pass.
After Midsummer, I am learning my lesson and not watching things that people recommend.
That's also my fault because I should have said something.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I just had a trash time, honestly.
Yeah, that's my fault. I'm so sorry. I mean, also to be fair, you said you wanted to see it too.
I did, but the thing is, it's like I did not know what I was getting into.
I did, and I should have said something. I feel really bad.
So, like, if you guys listen back to that episode and you hear that I'm not talking at all, Phantom, I love you, but why?
Hush. Come here.
He's a baby. But yeah, if you guys, like, listen back to that episode and I'm not, like, talking that much or I sound unenthusiastic, that's why. It's because I had a bad time.
Yeah. Probably won't watch Hereditary, which makes me really sad.
Again, Hereditary is different because some movies might not work for me and some movies might. It literally just depends.
I say that because it's the same director.
Well, just because it's the same director doesn't mean that it's gonna have the same outcome.
I'm keeping my mouth shut, bro. It's a...
You say that, but a lot of the times, if it's something that has to be spoiled, where it has to be cautioned, you have to say it.
Yeah. I will watch Chelsea and James of Dead Meat. I watched their podcast episode about it. Shut up! Again, yeah, no, you're okay, I promise. Good lord. Okay, we got way off track. I'm so sorry. I'm Lexi. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's @SemiProEagle. I play a variety of games there. I do draw from time to time, but I haven't done that in a really long fucking time. Don't even try to ask me, please don't. What? Sir! I gotta wrap this up because he's getting impatient. I do have a TikTok under the same handle, and I have a Twitter @SemiProEagle1. Sir! Where I don't tweet a whole lot. But, what the fuck was I getting ready to say? Oh, yeah. I'm going to be posting VODs on my YouTube channel. It is completely empty now. It was where I used to live stream, but I deleted all those VODs, and I'm just going to start fresh. And yeah. That's also under @SemiProEagle.
There you guys go.
Alright, guys. Stay spooky.